Hello, adventurers, and welcome to the Drunken Pony Pub. My name is Brad, and I will be the Dungeon Master and your barkeep for this evening. So, sit down, grab a drink, and let's get started with our adventure. Last time, where we left off, I believe that you guys had just made it to Finch. Skipping back a little bit, you were all found yourself in a world that you did not really intend to be washed up in. Your ship was commandeered, stripped bare, whatever you want to say, by a very stereotypical pirate named Dirk Rogers, who took the four of you aboard and then was attempting to sell you into slavery along with your new friend, Ink.
Friends?
However you want to take it. In your arrival to Blackwater, you were rescued by three individuals, Rend, Cole, and Slate, who have whisked you away and very, very briefly filled you in on the fact that there's some sort of rebellion movement. They haven't given you a whole lot of answers yet. And you are being whisked away along with the unintentional... What's the word I'm looking for here?
Baggage?
You might be. That is scam.
Friend.
But you have now been taken to the city of Easton, where you have just met Finch, and I believe that was pretty much where we left off. Before we get going, I do want to make like a few little points. Number one, just for the viewers and everybody, I apologize that my hands have definitely gotten in the way of these other two cameras, so you probably see my hands in front of people's faces sometimes. I talk with my hands, that's my bad. And number two, this is actually directed at you. I had you make a charisma saving throw last time, and it should have been a wisdom save.
Oh,
so that's my bad. Well, the difference is not going to save you, I can promise you, because
it's fucking jerkbait.
Yeah, it was not going to save, but that was my fault, and I just thought about it the day after.
Well, while we're throwing out apologies, everybody, this is James.
No, it's not.
Now that you can finally see his face, and the rest of Judd's face. At least I hope so.
Hopefully the cropping is right this time.
It's so painful watching that.
That's okay. First time, there's always going to be some technical issues. In fact, there's always going to be technical issues.
With us, there's always going to be technical issues.
So, anyways, we'll reel on in and we'll jump right on into it. You guys walk into this bar in the town of Easton. There's a few locals that are sitting there drinking. The bar is sort of L-shaped, which I can draw it out if you guys are having trouble, picturing it, but it's essentially just an L-shaped bar. So when you come in, the bar actually extends a little past the doorway, so you can't see the person sitting at the other side of it, which is where Finch is sitting. He's wearing very, very beautiful silver armor. He has a finely trimmed salt and pepper mustache, slightly long hair, not down to his mid-back or anything, closer to Zach's length, actually. And he just does not fit in this environment. And as you walk in, he kind of nods to you all. My name is Finch, and I believe you probably all have some questions for me.
I thought you were a bird.
I am not.
You know, I was thinking the exact same thing.
It seems... the fact that we were dealing with animal people, it did seem like it was we were leading up to meeting like a bird person.
Yeah.
I could see that, yes.
He has a tail. It's weird.
That's wonderful. Very nice. And don't worry, you probably don't know much about the area, but this is a fairly safe town. You can kind of be yourself a little more. You're less likely to get jumped in the street here in Easton. Yes.
This is a Jeffy question. Has Ink pissed off anybody in Easton?
No.
Okay, cool. I'm safe. For now.
Can I interest you all in a drink?
Yes.
Please.
Sure.
All of the drinks.
One round for everybody. He flips a large gold coin to the bartender, who bites it, sticks it in his pocket, and walks off. Soon afterward, brings you all a big pint of ale. So, I assume you are all probably a little lost about what's going on. Most of you, at least. Are you from here?
Nope.
I am. New visitors. They probably don't exactly know what's going on in the area.
See, I heard you have a tail, yes?
Yes.
So you're from Freedom?
Yes.
I see. Very good.
Only flashed it because I figured since they were gesturing over to like Cole and Ren, and since they
Cole has actually not come in.
Oh, okay. Well,
but
like,
Ren is in there.
Ren
Yeah.
has like gesture over there. I figured, kind of just got the vibe that they were trustworthy for breaking prisoners out.
Yes, especially in this particular instance. I believe you all are not from here, correct? I was told that there was 5 of you, I believe, from the ship.
He was on the ship too.
6 of us.
So 6.
Don't forget Red.
Yes, that is one of the 5.
I just
He sort of waves
Big
to the other
brain.
side.
I gestured to Red.
Forget about Britain.
I didn't even know he was here.
Yeah, he's still with you guys. He is. He's followed along the whole time. He is.
Just
He's
determined
here
to make
now.
him a character.
What else are we gonna do with him?
We're going to say leave
He's
him?
killing.
I had,
I'm allowed to kill him?
No. I mean,
Allowed to kill whoever you want, I guess.
he's unarmed.
He has
No,
he has
he
the
has-
tiny
Oh, yeah,
dagger.
My
at the moment.
dagger.
Hey, speaking of, we should probably grab him a better weapon so you can have a dagger back.
Anyways, please everyone have a seat. Or maybe I should get us all a table.
We could sit on the floor, I suppose.
No, I meant the bar is sort of awkward for yelling down the bar to you all. Excuse me. And he calls over the bartender and sort of whispers. The bartender nods and walks to a back room. You hear him kind of like some things clanging around, some furniture shifting and moving. He swings back open the door and goes, "Ugh." And Finch stands up, his armor kind of, please, to the back room. It's a little more private.
I wonder how much it is for a lap dance.
That is not offered here, I'm afraid.
But back. Okay. I walk in.
Get it. He follows you in.
Every time I've gone to a back room,
He's gone to jail.
you're wrong.
Entering the room, it definitely is a converted storage closet of some kind, and it looks like it's probably able to be passed off as such. There is a shelf that you can now see has been shifted out of the doorway, but you can kind of see walking through as you look at the front of it, it looks like it has just various cleaning items, maybe a few empty bottles, things like that on it, and it looks like it's probably pulled in front of the door to make it look like the closet is not as deep as it actually is. Inside, though, there is a large table, and there is a map of the world, very, very large, on the wall. Please, have a seat. All of you.
The map of the world, is it just here?
Yes.
Okay.
It is just here. That is the world as far as they know.
I sit on the table.
Please, in a chair.
Fine.
I pull out a chair for you. So, I've noticed some. I must be honest. I've studied geography some in my free time. This is no land that I am particularly aware of.
I assumed as much. Yes.
And that being said, no land that I'm familiar with has managed to make it onto this map either.
I didn't expect as much either. I have a lot to fill you all in on. I suppose some of you may have figured it out already. This world that you are in does not exist in your own realm. I mean, it does, but it is hidden away. We are currently entrapped in a barrier that does not allow us to leave, and it does not allow us to age. We are all stuck in a perpetual, ageless existence. I should give you some backstory on the land. Long time ago, Daytera was well known. Well, was well recognized, I should say. It was not well traveled. Eventually, some people began to kind of make their way over here. It was a wild, uninhabited land. It was a good place to raid dungeons, scavenge for treasures, maybe take a slave or two, whatever it was that your heart desired. A group of 5 adventurers rose up after clearing many dungeons and subverting many of the locals. They were known as the 5. They went simply by their numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They ruled this land for a long time. Nobody knew who they were, and they kept their identities hidden. Other than their families, of course, and those close to them. They ruled with an iron fist, and many didn't like the rules, the regulations, and the being under a dictatorship after being so free. So a group of rebels rose up, led by a young man from East Daytera named Kronos. he formed a group of very, very well-trained military men and women, including his wife Grae, and they rose to power, killing all of the 5, and ruling with even worse dictatorship than what we had previously experienced. I say we, this was a bit before my time. Kronos continued to rule for a long period of time, 100 years or so. Not quite, but almost. Over that period of time, he passed a lot of rules and regulations that many of us didn't agree with. There was rules about speaking out against him, rules about dancing, rules about music. And then worst of all, he felt that the people who had animal origins, such as yourself, should not be allowed within the normal cities. As they were not quite elf, not quite human, not quite orc. They didn't quite belong. So he basically kept them in the Freedom area, which was the island, and it became very appropriately named. Many people fled back to it, searching for just that. When his time grew close to an end, he began to get obviously very old, as people do. He was human after all. He began to get scared. He didn't want to die. So he cast the greatest spell that anyone had ever seen. A time stop. One that would not actually freeze people in their place, but would keep them from aging any further. One that when people would reach their peak age, the point in which their body reached the peak of deterioration versus regeneration, they would stop aging. Put himself into a stasis where he stays on top of the mount. The other Titans still rule the land in his place. Somehow he created some sort of magical barrier over his own citadel, which keeps anybody from entering, unless, of course, they were to somehow either get the approval of all the other Titans or kill them all. Basically using his own followers as his advantage. His wife Grae leads most of the world at the moment. She's just as evil, if not worse, than him. As a very obvious consequence of having a world where people don't die, there's an overpopulation issue. Food has begun to get a little scarce. There are entire families where 3 generations might look the exact same age. So she's taken it upon herself to sort of rid the population of those who aren't loyal to them. There's mass genocides, wiping out of rebellion cities. There's an entire loyalist army, which is what we kind of look to try and take apart piece by piece from the underground. There's 2 groups that oppose them, us, which is the Time Watch, and then the actual rebellion, which is a more militaristic force. We broke away from them some 200 years ago. But
Give me that look.
that's a whole other story. The main thing that you need to know is that there is a prophecy which many of the Fae, who of course did not enjoy seeing their brethren, the beast folk, being pushed away, and have also found themselves the subject of much prejudice. They had a prophecy which was mere, fiddle-faddle, telltale. Kronos, of course, never took it seriously, which stated that one day a group of people from the outside world, somewhere outside of this, would someday arrive, subjugate the ruler, and free the people of any issues. It would set them all free back to the untamed wild and happiness that they once were before. So, when word reached land that you all had arrived from potentially another world, of course people began talking. Somebody was very interested in buying you as slaves, a man by the name of Wynn, and he is a general within the Loyalist army. My guess is that his intention was either to break you mentally so that you could never fulfill such prophecy, or to just kill you on the spot. I'm not sure.
I would have gone with that one.
Either way, we of course knew we had to step in, because whether the prophecy is simply tall tales or not, if they had an interest in you, obviously we did as well, and there's no reason not to give my people hope. So, that's where you come in. Obviously, at this point, you could just as easily go about your way and live the rest of your eternal life here in Daytera. As free men, you haven't been branded, you'd be free to go. But I feel that most of you probably have obligations in the outside world you would love to return to. And I don't think that you're going to be able to do that without our help. So, you help us rid this world of Kronos, You make sure you get home safe. Obviously, you would also be very well rewarded. You would be the heroes of this land. You can have whatever your hearts desired. And I would be eternally grateful.
As would I.
Are you a local?
No.
Any questions? I'm sorry, I know it's a lot of information to dump on you all.
So what is the base pay? What do we get out of it right now?
Right at the moment,
Yeah, right now.
I have some people underground. I can get you about any weapon or armor you desire. Nothing magical, unfortunately, but anything base.
There we go, I'm in.
They did just kind of spring us from the trap.
Yeah, so...
But I also do understand that this is a big, big request to make, that I ask you all who just came freshly off a ship to take up arms against a warlord turned world leader.
He's not that scary.
Well, I mean, not really a world leader, but like island leader.
Well, as far as we know, I mean, other than you all coming from the outside, he is a world leader.
Split the difference, continental leader, I suppose.
Well, we have 4 continents, actually.
Oh, sorry.
Well, this place sucks.
Wow. You just got here, like, I mean, like,
It's not the best. I'm not going to say it's the greatest land in the world, but I would love
you
to have
haven't
it
even
restored to
actually
its
seen
glory.
Blackwater yet.
I really don't
I don't think you want to see Blackwater.
You want to see
However,
Blackwater.
I can take you to Grae and Evolution as long as you stay under disguise. It's much more of a loyalist city.
Who's great.
One thing you will also have to learn is that you have to be very, very careful about who you talk to in this world. Some of us are rebels, some of us are loyalists. You I assume, are all completely indifferent at the moment. You just have to be careful telling who your alliances lie with. I've got some very, very high up people who are part of the rebellion that you would never guess. Of course, I will introduce them to you, but I would need your allegiance.
Has anybody checked Tailboy?
For what?
Check me for what?
Like, the
Leeches,
Alliance
maybe.
badge. Like, don't they, like,
They would kill me or enslave me.
that's what an Alliance member would
Sounds
say.
like communist propaganda.
Well, I would be remiss to take everything I'm being told at face value just because we're so fresh here. Any humanitarian issue is something that I would like to help with if I'm able to.
I appreciate that. This is far beyond humanitarian as much as it is just existence in general, but yes, it is a humanitarian issue. Although we have all been granted the gift of living forever, we are not truly living.
How old are you?
306 plus. I suppose, though I stopped celebrating birthdays at 100, I am 250-ish.
About as old as me.
Are you really?
So I'm only 27, right?
Oh, don't worry, you'll stay that way too.
And so, curiosity of mine. So, when this spell was cast, was everyone locked at the age they were, or were they reverted to the prime youth?
Other than his loyal followers who somehow received some sort of benefit, everyone was locked at the age that they were. The exception being those who were younger than their prime, they still reached that age. So it was either if you were at your prime or older, you were stuck there. If you were not quite to your prime, you aged up. I don't know exactly how the spell worked, to be honest with you. It was quite unheard of, and I don't think it's something you'll ever find in a spell book of any kind. That being said, his entire time magic basis, it's very interesting if you ever wanted to go to the Great Library in Evolution and look it up. His entire rise to power was very, very interesting. He is a wizard
the
of...
library in Evolution.
Yes, sir.
Is that a city?
It is. The spells of which he uses are unfathomable. You've probably seen people use things such as Time Stop in the past, a very, very high-level spell that you read of in books. Every once in a while you'll meet a great wizard who can perform it. He would take things like that to a whole other levels. He could completely freeze it. He could rewind it. He could stop it permanently for some people. It was very impressive.
And that's who we're gonna fight.
I mean,
Well, I mean, that is speaking if we don't die first.
yes, of course. I mean, well, that wouldn't happen, I'm sure. I appreciate your help.
Curious for my new companions. Does anyone? We'll speak on this later when we discuss what our plan is.
And of course, I don't expect any sort of, statement of consent or volunteering to any sort of battle at the moment. This is just something I'm trying to throw on you right now, so you have time to think about it. Before you leave, I will, however, subject you all to a zone of truth, just to make sure that none of you are part of the Loyalist army. That is the only question I will ask you within that zone, though.
Cool.
And if you guys are going to do this, I'd love to tag on and help out my people and hopefully find my friends.
I'm not sure that you were. I'm not sure that there was much of an option for you else.
Well, I don't think the offer was exactly extended to me, but...
Well, what is your motivations for being here? Obviously, you came from freedom for a reason.
Well, I was actually captured, managed to sort of slip out and blend in with some pirates, and eventually made my way to Blackwater, sort of just scouting and looking out for my friends that I know were captured and weren't as lucky as me.
So they were sold into slavery.
Yes.
I think that along your journey you would potentially find that the slave trade within this world runs very, very deep within the Loyalist army. I think you would find that your desires do cross paths with my own.
That's kind of what I'm getting.
It's a
Plus,
very-
I mean, stopping Kronos and ending, all the
Of course.
hatred towards peaceful would be great.
It's a very, very deep run ties within this organization, sort of a political conspiracy.
Another question. So you mentioned that the primary target of this sort of persecution is I believe the word that I was saying was faunus. Is there a dominant race, or is it just any other, all of the sort of core strongest races, your elves, your dwarves, humans, or is there?
There's a little bit of hatred towards the elves simply because of their opposition during his rise to power.
I see.
That being said, overall, it is simply the faunuses and the beast folk and the whatever other animal types there are apparently in freedom, although I have not been myself, there's many different types. I've heard it's a very beautiful land, full of a lot of diversity. But as far as I am aware, that is the only group that has been so prejudiced against. Like I said, however, there is some hatred towards the elves, and you will find there are many people, especially in very highly loyalist towns, who will spit in the presence of an elf, particularly if it is one who is well known during the war.
Okay, yes.
More of an army difference than anything. You'll find the same if they meet somebody from, say, some of the western cities, which were a little bit more loyal to the original leaders. Some of them get a lot of hatred too when they enter current loyalist towns.
How would people really feel about him?
It's probably from evolution, as far as anyone was
They
concerned.
make robots.
That's where I'm from. That's all.
We would probably need
Yeah,
to
true.
decide
Yeah.
where you were all from. Most of you could say you were from Grae, especially if you can pass for being entirely a human.
I'm from Blackwater.
I guess that will work.
Where,
You would need to say you are from evolution.
I'm from Evolution.
what
Jim
was
from
the,
Evolution.
Hi, Jim from Evolution. The city Grae, was it?
Yes.
Like the color?
Grae.
Grae, yes. The wrong spelling.
Sure.
No, but my question is, what is that city like? Sort of particularly, the only city we've encountered is Blackwater, which was something of a criminal underbelly. Like, what is Grae like?
I suppose you'll just have to see it.
Well, if we're working on our backstories,
We're
So,
going there?
It's a kingdom.
the king.
So it is ruled by King Darius. It has a lot of history to it. There are a lot of working class people. There are also a lot of merchants. It is generally considered by many to be one of the capital cities. That is the biggest cities on this continent. You're, of course, in West Terra, which I can show you the map. You're in West Terra at the moment. There are two very, very large cities on this side of the river, and they are Evolution and Grae.
So I in that sense, I should probably not be going around telling people that I was in Maple.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Alright.
Maybe we could somehow find a way to make you a noble again.
It's not a particularly primary concern of mine. Would you mind if I copy down this map?
Of course.
Yes, so I might spell what I'm right on the map, which is a way of me asking you to at some point send me the map.
Yep.
I think we all have the map in the group chat.
No, you don't.
Well, I do.
That's what I sent to me.
Yep. Only those of
I'm
you
special.
who have a reason to have it.
You got Kung Pao. Sorry,
I'm
Brad.
chicken.
You make this beautiful world wide lake character that calls it Kung Pao.
Exact question. Would I have pretty much spent like most of my time just kind of scraping by on Blackwater, or that's kind of what I thought.
3 silver.
Yep, that's all I ever made.
That was your first payment ever of all time.
Alright, so what we do now?
I'll take you to Grae. I paid for you a room here, though, so you can rest the night, talk it over.
About what time is it?
It's just gotten dark.
Just gotten dark. Okay, so things are closed now.
Yeah. Well, there's not a lot of shops here, to be honest with you.
Maybe like a general store coming up.
Yeah.
But the bar's still open. I go back for another drink.
Okay.
Did you say you could provide us with armor?
With what?
Armor?
Yes. In Grae. We'll have to get there first. I know some people.
2 out of 3. How about you, Bucket of Boxer? You in?
I follow the thread of fate wherever it goes.
He's in, alright.
Now, presumably, we're not going to get to Grey Armor.
You won't
just
have a
go
choice.
fight Kronos.
Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
No. I will fill you in on much, much more, but I need to make sure you are all in first.
I'm in to help the prophecy.
I'm at the bar.
The weird one would probably just do it for drinks, but I'm sure he's in.
A quick question. I was filling out this map, and I couldn't help but notice that there is a large, ominous city called Necropia.
Yes.
What is... I must say I'm fascinated by what that is.
Well,
That is part of the next step that I need to talk with you about, actually.
Ominous, alright.
Don't worry, it is important, yes. Alright, well, if you are all be so kind, would one of you mind engaging your friend again real quick? I need to do his own truth just to make sure none of you are part of the Loyalist army. Please.
I'll go get him.
Okay.
God damn it.
You go with him?
What's up?
We need you.
Now? Here?
There's beer.
Lies.
I don't know.
The mug I never drank.
Fine.
Finch pulls out a scroll and begins to read. I don't have this memorized off the top of my head, I'm afraid, so I'm going to have to quote it. He pulls out some small reading spectacles, places them on.
And he's old.
Begins to say some incantations, and then closes the scroll. It almost flashes away like flash paper would, much of a magician trick. And then there's this faint aura that sort of fills the room. Nothing obviously glaring, there's no smoke and mirrors, nothing along those lines, but you do all feel very compelled.
My taint issues.
I know that you wasn't a robot.
Right, I'm going to ask now, does anybody want to try and resist? He will know if you do so.
I'm trying to decide whether he'll kill me or not.
Would Ink know?
That's exactly what he's thinking.
As far as Ink knows, he's not a part of the Loyalist army.
True. Alright, cool.
Everybody else to fail?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm just scared if he asks more than one question.
Are you part of the Loyalist army?
I just got here. How the fuck could I be part of the Loyalist Army?
I have to ask. Are you part of the Loyalist Army?
No.
Are you part of the Loyalist Army?
In the same boat as them.
Are you part of the Loyalist Army?
Nope.
Are you part of the Loyalist Army?
Fuck no.
Are you part of the Loyalist Army?
No, and I can vouch for them, but do notice next time you try this, none of them actually said no, so...
Yeah, hold on a second.
But they did say they just arrived here.
Yes. But that's not necessarily no. He said he agrees with him, and he said, the what?
How you're part of them if you didn't know?
Pardon
I
me.
said I'm part of the
So
same
thank you
boat.
for your observation. I'm
Yes.
very new to this. Are you part of the Loyalist Army?
But no.
Are you part of the
No.
Loyalist? Are you?
No, no.
What?
No.
Okay. I'll drop it. There's the aura kind of clears.
Oh, thank God.
Wonderful.
He's been holding his breath the whole time.
Thank you all. Now, I will have the barkeep give you all your keys.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Why didn't we ask him?
The barkeep will give you all your keys. And,
Because he's not
Are you
subject
part of the
to...
Loyalist Army?
He's not subject to the
Absolutely
sacrifice.
not.
Bullshit. Somebody cast the truth area.
I don't know.
Come on, smart boy.
I don't know how to cast spells.
Robot.
We never asked Britain.
Tailboy.
may I ask you all...
Britain.
Hey, what did Britain say?
He
Just I'm
said
sure
no.
he has.
He would have said no.
Ray. Where's the werewolf?
May I point something out very quickly? If I were part of the Loyalist Army, that which, if the entire story I've said is true, which I believe you can vouch is true, as far as you wouldn't hear, at least in freedom. I'm not sure how much of the word you really get there. I apologize, I don't mean that offensively in any way. I really would have no reason to lie to you and be part of the Loyalist Army. Why wouldn't I just let them buy you from slavery and kill you themselves?
You did say something about breaking our minds. Giving us hope, dashing it, giving us hope again, dashing it. All of a sudden you show up behind us with a dagger and go...
You're right, that would have been a bad idea, but I have heard worse, more convoluted plans.
Mostly from me.
I believe you. I believe you.
If any of you figures out a way to cast a zone of truth, I will let you ask that question.
New goal.
New goal indeed.
Ah, yeah.
Now,
He said,
I will have the barkeep give you your keys. You all have your own room. The inn lies just behind the bar. You just go out the back door here, and it is in the back, sort of old motel style. It's very, very quaint. The beds are fairly clean as far as I know.
Not for long.
I unfortunately have business otherwhere, and as to Skull, I believe he cannot go into many of the major cities with his condition. But Rind and Slate will stay with you all.
Yeah, she should really fix those fleas.
Sure. But yes,
Terrible
your drinks have all been prepaid for in quite gratuitous amounts.
Finch is a human, you said?
Yes.
He's a bit.
Fucking Aaron
I'm
Cochran.
not a bird. I got my nickname from other ways.
He turns into a bird.
Are you a transformer?
How do you know what that is?
It's a transform. I'm a transform.
What? Wait a minute.
No Optimus Prime mad,
Oh, wow. That was bad.
but you laughed.
I did.
Right. You all take care.
Of course. And thank you for the drinks.
Of course. Please let Rend and Slate know of your decision. If you do choose not to join with us and just want to walk away from here, that is your right to do so, and we will not pursue otherwise. But I think you will find that even if you were to spend more time out here, your alliances would lie very close to ours. This is not a habitable world for outsiders. Thank you all. He walks away. His armor is very loud. He
Bye,
just kinda
Birdman.
clink.
Good day,
It's Finch. Thank you.
I'm calling him Birdman.
Michael Keaton. How do I know this?
The legend of Sir Michael Keaton.
He's a legendary warrior from where you're from.
But you guys are all able to drink as much as you would desire.
I get shit-faced.
I'm gonna take every single bottle that he doesn't smash.
Just the bottle itself?
Just
Okay.
the bottles.
And just sit at
Just
the
gonna
bar.
make some powdered glass.
Straight whiskey until I can't fucking see no more.
I'm just guessing. I'm just.
The barkeep gives you all a key individually to the rooms.
Thank you, kind sir. I'm going straight to my room and looking over my notes and the map and such.
After I'm thoroughly drunk, I climb up to the roof.
Okay. Give me a perception check on the roof.
That's right, Finch is standing right at your ass. Mm-hmm.
As a bird.
It's not even the right type of bird. That's a
It's a
crow.
perception. That is a 16.
16. You do see Call is still here, as is Finch, actually. But they are standing on the other side of the road and they seem to be talking to each other. They haven't left yet.
Okay.
Although it has been about an hour and a half.
With my particularly good hearing for no apparent reason, can I hear what they're saying?
With the 16, you can hear some of it.
With my human
You have
ears.
to sort of pull your human ears out a little bit of your stocking hat. You hear Finch is whispering to Call at the moment. Oracle, I'm not sure how much I truly believe in any sort of prophecies or legends, but these people do seem to be from an outside realm. I think that it's only reasonable that we give them the benefit of the doubt at this time. And the gruff voice of Call doesn't really carry very well through the sound. It's very...
Grumbles down.
I understand the hesitation, but at this point, what hope do we really have? Our forces have dwindled. We only have 7 members left. It's not worth trying to take over a world by ourselves.
Well, you just doubled your numbers, bird boy. Woo!
They both immediately neck snap.
Great representative.
You guys suck at stealth.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I just for a
Thank you,
secret
sir.
organization, you know.
Pull your hat down, sir. And they both walk into an alley together.
Hey, for my own sanity, how do you spell these people's names? Just
However you
Finch?
feel like.
Yeah.
It's like the bird. Rend is R-E-N-D.
Yeah.
Slate is S-L-A-T-E.
Okay.
And Cull is K-U-L-L.
all right. See, I had him down as C-O-L-E, so thank you for that correction.
Cull.
Cool. You know.
It's Cull.
Call.
There's
We call it
reasons.
Vulcan.
I know. I understand the irony of me saying this, but I couldn't hear it through the accent.
I got you.
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay
The
Culkin.
werewolf.
He goes as Mac now. Thank you.
It's like but it's a werewolf howl.
Does this
my
bar
God.
serve wine?
No.
Okay, never mind.
This is kind of an ale and some hard liquor bar.
Would those ale bottles have corks on them?
Yes.
I'm going to ask the barkeep if he has any, like dumpster or anything of, like, the used corks or anything.
Well, I've got a few. Not many. Pulls out like a little tray. It's got like 7 or 8 of them in there.
Would you mind if I have these?
Go ahead.
Awesome.
Been paid pretty well for everything. Just sort of dumps it on the bar there. Usually I reuse them. I clean them, but it's alcohol, it's
Cleans
Okay, I
itself.
understand what you need the glass for, but why do you need corks?
You ain't got any
Storage
jack
bottles.
Shit. Thank you.
Flammable.
never hurts to have storage bottles.
Also have a bowl.
Actually, I've been hurt by many storage bottles.
Get your arrow just.
He's very meticulously putting together a raft.
Anybody else doing anything
I'm dormant. I'm just sitting there.
in the bar? Or are you going to?
I'm in my room.
Okay.
Just at the front of the bar, like a statue, just...
How long has it been since we fought?
Oh, it's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a good while.
I probably celebrated with Ink for a while, and to the point where he was like, I'm gonna go on the roof. And I was like, I can't do that. And went to my room instead.
Alright. You go to your rooms. The rooms are trashy. They are single bed, single drawer. The bathroom is like a shared outhouse that you all go out a back locked door to go get to. And you can also, there's like 2 outhouses back there. The shower is just a spout that runs out, and it's kind of a pump water pressure system.
Yeah, there's only 2. The 2 outhouses, the men's and the robots.
Yeah, that's what it is. There's the roads. They're just not labeled.
That's
what they are.
unisex.
I want to talk to Cairo in a sec.
Okay. Are you still at the bar? or do you go
After
back to
the
your room?
corks, I go back to
And Cairo,
bed. There we go.
so I understand the nature of our relationship, and it started out a bit,
Tedious, yes. I'm going to crack open the door. What do you want?
yes, I wanted to know, are you willing to pasticize work together? Do you hold any sort of grudge? I'm not sure how much you know about me and how much you were told for your transportation mission.
Not a goddamn thing.
Not a goddamn thing.
Nope.
Okay, well, that's perhaps for the best, but rest assured it will have no impact on anyone here. This is a unfortunate accident that occurred. Irresponsibility only, but that being
All I can think about is like your birth.
essentially
It is a very unfortunate accident.
more truth than you know, Kaido. Yes, so I am, of course, thrilled to be working with you, but if there's any ill will or mistrust, allow me to, at any point, alleviate it. Good night, sir.
Yeah, you too, man.
I think he's hitting on him.
You don't know? Maybe.
You're on the roof.
I know. That's why I whispered it to Zach.
Are you still just sitting up there on the roof?
Yeah.
Okay. There's.
So I'm just in like the meditation sit.
What is your passive perception, by the way?
Pass. It's 10 plus wisdom.
10 plus
If you're
perception.
yes, 10 plus your perception.
Okay. So yeah, 14 is my passive.
You hear a faint like on the roof behind you.
Alright, I look over my shoulder.
Rind has climbed up to the back.
Ah.
And if
Why
I
couldn't you
join
have been that stealthy when we were like attacking the bandit people?
I'm sorry?
Like I heard you like through the grass.
Was it the Cadius?
How many weapons does she have on her?
3 that you see.
Okay.
Finch already told me. And she sits down next to you. I mean, there's not much to worry about. It's not a big deal.
For you, it's not.
No, you're right. For me, it's not. Therefore, it shouldn't be for you either. Do you want something stronger than they had in there? She pulls out something else. and
Oh
pulls
my
it.
god.
I don't
yes.
think you need much more, but
Take it.
who are you really?
Ink. Pirate.
Right, but so you are a pirate.
Yep.
Why were you in a chain gang with the others?
I think I told you this. I don't know.
Not really fully.
I was on Blackbeard's crew, and then not on Blackbeard's crew. I was on Dick Rogers.
Right.
And then he got fed up with my shit.
What shit? That's what I'm getting at here. What did you do?
I actually don't know. You know, see, people seem to not like me very much, and I don't know why.
Are you branded?
Yes.
Explains it. The rest of that bottle's yours.
Fuck yeah!
But, and she just sort of stands up. You don't have to worry about the brand. None of us can. We'll help you keep it hidden. And she just full on jumps off the roof.
Yeah? Well, if Finch wants to keep it hidden, why did he tell everybody? Bitch.
She doesn't respond because she died from the fall.
She sort of turns back around and looks up and flips you off as well. Because I have to know everything about the people I'm transporting. You were the one he wasn't sure of. Thanks.
I like her.
She runs back into the inside the bar.
I drink the rest of the fucking bottle.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Ya boy!
Falls off the roof and you just go dunk.
That's what might happen. I don't think you can use your cat's grace landing thing if you're
17.
unconscious.
I'm a
You
fucking
don't.
pirate. Come
You
on.
don't completely pass out, but it is. You are drunk.
Yes.
Wasted beyond control.
That's where he likes to be.
What do you do with a drunken sailor?
Fall off the roof.
Slit his throat with a rusty razor.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking of the song version. Yeah. I just go back to my meditative.
Shave his throat.
Anybody doing anything else?
Yeah, since it's been a while, I'm gonna use the rest of my flask to just fill up 3 of those bottles of oil.
Okay.
I'm just going around.
Alright.
Probably gonna clean it up some before I go to sleep.
Okay. You start tidying a little bit.
Did we ever get the spoils from last night?
I'm holding on to
He
it.
has it all.
It's 50.
There's a knock on your door.
I'm gonna very carefully open it up.
It's Britton Bryce.
How you doing, Mom?
Hey, super weird question. Do you have a really, really, really sharp knife?
What are you trying
Whoa.
to do with it? Let's back it up, Ned.
I want to shave. We're back on land, and I look a mess. And I don't have a razor with me.
Yeah, I got a couple of things. Come on in.
Comes on in.
I'm gonna open up my cloak. 2 short swords and 3 daggers. Which one would you prefer?
I don't think the sword's gonna do me
Well, I
much
mean,
good.
I've used it a bit. It cuts.
Right, but I mean, you know, like,
You get used to it.
I take one of the daggers, I guess, if they're really sharp.
Sure. Alright, I'm gonna give him 1.
He takes it. He walks over to like your dresser. There is a little mirror there, and do you mind if I just? He pulls out like a little flask of oil that he's got as well, and he just kind of rubs that on his face, and then starts going at it. He shaves his beard down, leaves just like a mustache. It's red raw from shaving with a knife. It's awful. And then he takes his like ponytail and he cuts it off. Now maybe I can pass for a real man.
Yeah, of course. Looking better already.
Hands you back the dagger.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. Do you think these guys are the real deal?
Well, I have no fucking clue.
Me either.
But if they can get us equipment, they're better than nothing.
Or maybe they can get us a boat one day. Maybe we can get out of here.
Perhaps.
Appreciate it. Then he walks out, closes the door behind him.
How long was that ponytail you just cut off?
It's about maybe 12 inches.
It's not mine.
Okay.
God.
You can staple it to your head. Okay.
He has some very
Start
weird
building him a
resolve.
wig. We'll just slowly collect a bunch of hair, and that'll be his disguise, just as a wig.
Now I just gotta skin a human.
Scalp him.
Divinity too.
Oh God.
You just throw a big multi-hair colored wig on your head. I am Hillman.
My name is Jim.
My name is Jim from Evolution.
A coat of many colors.
The
Skin
beautiful
colors.
woman.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
Really want somebody to play like an Aaron Cochra Warforged, like a combination of the two, where
Oh,
the only thing
no.
you can do is copy people's like phrases.
Why do you like a King
Kinku.
Or yeah, like a
Warforged.
Kinku, like a Kinku, yeah,
'Cause
Kinku
then, like-
Warforged.
Okay, an aircraft Warforged. Can they fly?
Yes.
Damn.
Metal wings.
So a King
Yeah.
Warforged would just be like Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
straight up.
Transformer, yeah.
They can only copy things they've heard. But alright, you guys go to sleep unless anybody wants to do anything else. And you all come to consciousness with the morning. Some of you have a little bit of a hangover. Otherwise, none of your stuff's been touched. Everything looks fine.
Prestidigitate myself out of this nasty fucking room.
Okay.
Definitely bed bugs.
Yeah, you press the digitate away the bed bugs.
I
We
made my
meet
way
in
to
the back
the
room?
Hmm?
They never told us where to meet. We go to the back room, down in the bar,
I'm just watching the sunrise.
upside down, barely stuck.
Yeah, I just went to the bar.
Okay.
Like the main
I'm on the roof.
table.
You go into
I'm
the bar,
hanging on the
and
back.
you see Slate with his back to you all. His giant pickaxe is like leaned against the stool that he's on, and he's eating something. It looks like it might be eggs.
Good morning, Slate.
Hey.
How'd you rest?
It was good.
What's you eating
Eggs.
Almost like.
That does. Every time he speaks.
You You want eggs?
Yes.
Yeah, more eggs for Slate, please. Sort of waves down the bartender, who is actually the same guy as before. He's got bags under his eyes. His replacement is still not in. It seems like he does night shift to like mid-morning, and then then he goes home. He's like kind of comes over. Seriously, yeah.
That's very kind of you, sir.
Goes over and starts cooking more eggs.
Do you think it'd be time for us to do some shopping today?
Yeah. If you want to, you can shop in the town and stuff. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna brag.
Oh gosh!
He's
There's no
bleeding over.
separation of character.
There's a brief amount of time, and then he gets handed the plate of eggs. He looks at it. He kind of has a confused look on his face, and then a remembering look, and you can see it all go past him very slowly. There's confusion, remembering. Oh, I need to hand this to him. Yeah. Slate's got you.
Very kind.
He goes back to eating. The rest of you guys have woken. You're still on the roof, kind of slowly coming to. More or less, there's just a bright headache hitting you in the eyes, is what it is. Grass.
God, no, there's two of them.
Actually, I think our intelligence is the same.
I think it is.
I just have a higher wisdom.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
Just going down.
Okay.
I like my
You guys
fingers and go downstairs.
all arrive. It's the same situation. Slate's sitting there. Your compatriot is also already sitting there eating.
Britton.
Britton is not up yet.
No, man, the other night during the fight with the bandits, there was some pressing fighting. I knew the warforged were capable combatants, but still it was a bit of a marvel to behold.
I know. I'm a man. I'm a construct of few words.
Slate is kind of also like, oh. Slate finds your friend to be very talkative. Very interesting.
Interesting, dude. Very interesting bunch. You're an interesting fellow yourself.
Thanks. You're interesting too.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And to you, that was some good, the hand axes that you threw. That was some good work. Excellent. Is marksmanship the term for throwing something?
Not sure. You?
You told me I'm not a marksman, no. I got fucking 3 ranged weapons on me. I'm just a collector. More specialties, daggers.
Goblin.
Yeah. What?
But when did you learn to fight that way?
I get bored.
It's
I
all
was once a grave watcher.
a grave watch. Where are you from? What city? Or town?
The mountains.
The mountains. I see.
I guess you're in the bar as well.
Yeah.
With everybody else. Britton finally wakes up, sort of walks in, rubbing his eyes. The rest of you can see this is the first time he's had his hair cut short. It's almost an undercut, but not really. You can see really it's more like where, because it's been covered so long in this tight ponytail, the bottom has not grown as well and it's a little patchy. The top is a little bit longer where he's cut it at an angle, just inadvertently because of the ponytail. And he has just now a mustache that runs from here to here. There's a few cuts along the way right here. This side's pretty well. It looks like he might have started here, then as it kind of dulled with hair, it got to this side. But overall, it looks much nicer than he did previously.
Trace thoughts on last night. I thought he was eating and slit his own throat.
Oh no, straight
Just-
out, yeah,
just to
no,
get the
same
NPC
way,
off.
yeah.
I was like, don't you fucking
I was like, man, Brad is going to take out this NPC in the most dark way possible. Fuck.
I don't want to be
Like, he said
I
you
am
can-
not supposed to be here anymore.
He said you can walk away. He
My-
said you can walk
My
away.
crew is dead.
He just like he gets the dagger and says, "The king is dead."
Long live the king.
And he stabs James.
Stabs a twist. Stabs Cairo and then stabs himself.
I did not see that one.
I'm just like, oh, well, now I got to hear that.
He stabs Cairo with himself.
go to bed in his magic.
Kinky.
Gone.
Just head first through his torso.
Hello, Slate. Good morning.
Yes.
Can we compare weight weapon-wise?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You want to-
We'll see how heavy his pickaxe is. It's this big.
He swings it up, and
I'll put Hellstar on the table. I'll pick up his axe.
they're about the same weight. They're almost
Me and Slate are same. We're the same, brother.
Yep, it feels about right. Good. New swing. Yeah.
Good heavy.
Good.
Hopefully Hellstar didn't just fuck him up mentally. He probably didn't realize that people are whispering.
No, he literally doesn't even have the intelligence to recognize that.
Dude, I can move Hellshire!
Just whisper to him. You wouldn't be. You would literally not be able to attune to it.
God damn it.
That's the. You literally
I was
wouldn't
like,
be. Able
bro! I just picked it up and like, what's the problem, pussy?
you wouldn't even be able to attune to it. You would just be wielding a ball.
That's what I found.
Yes.
There's a period of time where most of you get some food. It's mostly basic things, ham, eggs, maybe some pork, like that's actually just like roasted, more sausage style. But there's some time, and then the front door opens and Rin walks in. Looks like she's wearing the exact same thing from last night. Good morning, beauties.
Good morning.
Did you all have anything you needed to do in town before we head out?
I was hoping to do a bit of shopping at the general store.
Sure. That's actually where I just came from myself. Does anyone else need to go?
Might as well.
Store? Yes. Shopping trip?
Girls trip.
Get in, losers. We're
Get
going
your-
shopping.
Get your purse.
Get your coin purses. We're going shopping.
God.
Come with me.
Sure, I'll tag along.
Walks out. Whoever's going with her. She begins walking down the street. There's an occasional passerby, but it's a fairly empty town. It's not a super busy one.
Ink sees everybody leaving and he jumps off the roof and follows.
Okay.
I don't know where we're going.
Does he land on his feet?
Good morning.
Always.
You
Literally
do
always.
catch a lot of people looking at you kind of suspiciously, but nobody seems like overall intimidated. You just seem out of place to some people. The rest of you don't really get any odd looks in any way. She walks down a couple of blocks and then turns into a very large, very obviously storefront building.
She does? It's crazy.
Polymorph is weird, man. Aren't you glad you drove all the way here, Brad?
So happy. She ushers you all inside. It is very much just a general store. They have the basics of just about everything and nothing special. Britton immediately goes to the shaving section and starts looking for a razor and shaving oils.
So is like a store?
Yeah, there's a man there.
All right, I'll approach that. Or is it like a sort of a modern there's like shelves out that you grab stuff from and take it up front, or is it like you ask the guy for something?
It's kind of a combination. There is a lot of stuff in the front where you can kind of look at it, but it's mostly the cheaper to get things like the shaving oils, the medicines and things like that. You could kind of just grab and take up. The things that are going to run you, a copper or two, you're going to find up in the front. There's some stuff that's in the back, but most of the back is bulk items or more expensive things.
I see. Hello, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Could I trouble you? I was in the market for for a healer's kit, a first aid kit.
Uh-huh.
Is that something that you have available?
Afraid not. Nothing like that. Now, I mean, we might be like, did you want? I would like different things, but I mean,
I don't know that I'll be in town for long enough. That's fine. Anyway, have a good day.
thank you. You do the same.
I stumble to the front counter. What do you have for a hangover? My head feels like there's...
He pulls out 2 bottles of ale.
Fuck, I love this place. Ray, money!
She walks over. Seriously?
Oh wait, no, we're paying ourselves.
It's fine. It's fine. She slips him a silver.
Woo! I take whatever the silver gets me.
Just 2 more. That's about it.
Keep those bottles.
Gotcha.
I need bolts. Do they have bolts here?
You No weaponry here.
Alright.
Oil flasks.
Probably, but it's definitely candle oil. I mean, this is like the slow burning type stuff.
Don't worry, I think James is making like 1,000 of those.
Yeah, we're good.
We're gonna get in combat and James is like, I have 120 Molotov cocktails.
You gotta keep track of the weight, though.
See,
Alright.
we're playing D&D. James is playing Divinity with that
Listen.
No, Divinity, I'm thinking he's like thinking more Grand Theft Auto.
In Divinity, all I need is a box.
He's got a bow, he's going to try to do a drive-by, I guarantee it.
Caltrops, marbles.
Marbles, yes. Caltrops now.
I'll take a bag of marbles.
This for one.
We'll take 2 bags.
You can mark it off the whatever the standard price is on it. You can mark it up if you want to. I'm not going to mark anything up for here. Yes.
So I know he's talking about ball bearings, but I like the idea of him just having like a bunch of like glass colorful marbles.
Yeah, it's essentially the same idea.
Just playing those, get like the little circle in the dirt with like.
Does anybody know the actual rules for marbles?
I think
Absolutely fucking.
Yeah, you just you get like a big one and you use it to flick out everybody else's marbles.
I always imagine it's like a tiny version of pool.
Essentially, it's more of a, it's kind of like a knock him out of the earth. It's like a King of the Hill.
Okay, so kind of like sumo wrestling, but with round, shiny things.
Yeah.
Sort of. It's like the what's the word? You know that like this is branded game pigeon game where you like have to move the like knock.
The penguins one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's that.
Okay, makes sense.
Are there lanterns here?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna buy a regular hood and a bullseye.
Oh, magical.
Anything else?
You've already set that aside.
Alright.
Jim, do you need any oil?
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna buy some extra wicks for the lanterns.
I got what I needed.
Good.
Actually, wait. I need a hand mirror.
That's available.
I have that hand mirror.
I have one.
Yes, I have it.
I need a hand mirror.
Okay, you can get one.
Okay. How much is it?
Copper.
Okay.
For a teeny tiny one, but a copper.
Pull out
Shovel?
my coin purse.
Shovel?
There's actually probably not one here.
Can you break gold?
What? Oh. Yeah, yes, of course.
Put a gold piece down.
He breaks it. Silvers.
Engine blocks here, mufflers.
Zalen asked if you could roll to find the shovel.
Can you transform his arm into a shovel?
I wish I had cool.
Anyone can transform their hands into a shovel.
Yes.
Mine I just made of metal.
It's more like a little trough. Like a little trough, though.
Go gadget mover.
I have the shovel spell. Yeah. Arcane trick.
So anyways, you guys find what you're looking for in the store.
I've never seen you cast. I just watched you shoot a crossbow twice and missed the first one.
As far as anybody knows, the only caster here is Zalen. Not Zalen, sorry, you.
Mr. Hand Axe.
Wait. I also have an idea. I go ask them. Shock you. Do you have any back stock?
What?
Back stock.
Like for cooking?
No, like stock you have in the back. Like special stuff. Do you sell drugs?
Sir, this is a classy
That's what I
establishment.
thought. Alright.
This is a very classy establishment. Sir, I don't need... He's got to walk back out. And Brandon just goes, what was that? What did you have to ask him?
I was asking if he was selling drugs. I keep walking.
Well, is he?
No, unfortunately.
Are you sure?
I asked if he had any back stock, and he asked me about cooking. I'm pretty sure that's fairly obvious.
What a shame. She keeps walking as well.
Oh, right.
She rounds up the horses, which are actually still tied up in the front, pulls them back to you all.
You just raise the queen.
Brand, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Ready to go, everyone? Need anything else?
I'm ready to move. Did you have anything to see to, Ken?
No, I don't really need much.
Oh, your poor horse.
I'm gonna walk up to a horse and go, I'm sorry. And then get on top of him. My heavy blade.
I join interest. On top of the horse.
Wait, we're not putting both of them on one horse.
How much do you guys weigh?
I want to say,
They're kind of heavy.
yeah, I want to say like
Yeah, Warforged is really fucking heavy.
fucking.
A light 300.
Yeah, but,
I think the range is listed at like 3 to 500.
yeah, I'm gonna say like
that.
500.
2 to 500.
2 to 500. Yeah.
I am.
Extremely heavy.
How big are you?
Like 6'6". Or.
Hail Satan.
So you're like 6'6".
Still obviously medium, but
6 feet, 6 inches, 6 years old.
You're going to be the only one who can be on that horse for sure. Nobody else can be on that
Yes,
horse.
I know.
That's for
I
sure.
know this.
And that horse is struggling.
And that horse is still not having a good day.
I
Yeah.
picked the strongest horse.
Yeah, I am max height with a very strong body build, and
How much?
Heavy
So how
on.
much do you weigh?
You're still an elf though.
I'm still an elf, but for an elf, I'm probably a big fucking boy. Plus, what, 60 pounds for
Yeah, it's hard.
chainmail?
We are the muscle,
Whatever it is.
the muscle show.
I'd probably put me around like 270 right now.
I weigh probably about 100.
Yeah, we have me and Cam.
Literally, one of y'all could get on there with him still, and it still would be okay.
The horse gets lighter when they get on.
Oh, Frodo! Look at all these elves and
Oh my shit! Yeah, we're Sam
we
and
are
Frodo.
Sam and Frodo.
With the fellowship.
Was like-
Legolas.
Oh, actually, does this? Shut up. Does this?
You're fucking Gimli.
general store have like horse packs?
What?
Does the general store have horse packs?
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah,
How much
no.
do the animals go?
Cute
How
Gandalf.
nice are you looking here?
Just-
Unfuckable Gandalf.
2
you were
little-
assuming that Gandalf was not
little,
already
like 2 medium
He was
bags.
Yeah.
Doesn't have
Just
to be
remember, it
big.
does still weigh down to the horse. I'm
Yeah.
putting the horse carrying
He
at
whitewashed
500.
himself.
That's.
So just
I
so
will
keep
not
track of it.
see-
You're good. Well, I mean, obviously, you'll probably get your own horse eventually, so then you can worry
Yeah.
about it yourself. But it's
I just need something to carry like the cost of it.
probably about a gold, just because it is going to have to be leather
Oh, shit.
to actually hold up nicely.
I also don't know that he's a sorcerer. It's just for me.
Yeah, I know.
Just wait until you can find Steed, and then you can have your own.
Yes, I'm going to be.
Until it dies.
Oh, please don't make that the voice.
Find Steed the moose.
Yes, Bruce the
Bruce the moose. You weren't here
Find
for that.
moose.
Yay, I'm so glad that we're using inside jokes from a session that they have never seen
You're
before.
editing this. You can cut it out.
Find
Not
moose.
You can cut it out.
No, it's staying in here now.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys all settle up. Yeah, this is a shopping session.
Why we hurried through?
And so we got episode 1, character tricks. Episode 2, lord up. Episode 3, shopping trip.
Episode 4.
Boy, damn.
Episode 4, TPK.
Yeah.
Yay!
Travel time.
A new hope.
I was just trying.
It's back on track.
So you guys begin riding. It is going to be another split day journey. So you guys will have to camp out one more time. But the first day is fairly uneventful. You do pass about close to sundown a group traveling the other direction. It is. Let me find the best way to describe this. It is a cart. There are 2 large black horses that are pulling it, and Rin, kind of seeing them coming, sort of directs you all to the side, like single file, to let this thing pass because it's wide. It's a very, very big cart that's coming through. Behind the wheel is a man.
No. Slim Shady.
What? Who's that? The man is very, very bulky in build. But as he gets nearer, you see that it's actually shoulder plates that make him look so large. He's actually a fairly scrawny guy. He's got
Compensating.
an eyepiece on one eye, a bandana, and these just really scraggly dreadlocks. And very similar to what looked like a hand cannon of some kind that you were not familiar with that Dirk Rogers had. He has one on his hip as well. But it's longer, and it has what looks like almost a drum to the bottom of it. And he's directing. Behind, you can see there's about 4 people in chains that are dragging and slowly walking along with him.
Do I recognize this individual?
Somewhat, but not well. You've definitely seen him before.
Okay.
What do the people in chains look like? Beast folk, probably.
None of them look like beast folk. One of them is very clearly an elf, however.
Say, I've seen him before. Don't really know what kind of threat level he is.
He's definitely a slave trader or something.
Oh, I know he's a people pusher, but
Yeah, he's definitely a people pusher.
I just want to know if he was like one of the like you give like the good ones to because you know he's going to get it through, or kind of like this is like a small time kind of trade.
He's not somebody that you recognize right off the top, and you also have been kind of frequenting the this essentially the trade center because you've been looking for your friends. You also recognize this man, and he is basically one of the main runners between Blackwater and Grae, back and forth. Every once in a while, he will bring people from the Arco Forest, so like elves, and once you saw Centaur as well. So he is fairly well respected for that, I guess, as much as you can be in that sort of line of work, but not somebody whose name anybody really cares to know. But he just, as he passes you all, he sort of looks and just keeps driving.
Toss some liquor on him, pour some ale.
Doesn't even seem to really notice. It kind of like splashes against the side of the car.
That's Brad's way of saying don't do that. We can't take it.
I mean, if you want to roll to hit him in the face, you can, but...
I'm gonna notch my bow as I watch him do this.
So just ranged attack.
Yeah, non-proficient.
16.
16? Yep, it splashes. It doesn't quite get him in the face, but it kind of like splashes over his shoulder. He like sort of turns, looks to you, and raises his hand like it's to flip you off, and as he raises his hand, you see that it's just gone, and there's a large circular saw attached where it once was. He, like, raises it like that, and then just keeps going.
I laughed to myself.
But not long after, Rin pulls you all to the side to set up camp for the night.
How fast were they traveling?
Not very. It's a cart, slow moving, slow enough that the people behind can be forced to walk.
Did the cart have like? Was it a cover or anything like that?
Mm-hmm. It had a covering over it, so you couldn't see what was inside the cart. You could only see the people behind it and him in the front.
Probably.
More of a covered wagon.
Most definitely more people.
You throw them in when they stop walking.
Mm-hmm.
But she sets up camp. Alright, who's taking first watch?
I got.
Is it still light up?
No, it's now dark.
I'm gonna join.
Watch first.
I'll take last watch.
Very good.
Do we need 3 of us?
Wake me for the second one. She crawls into a tent.
Wait.
Are we doing a 3-watch thing again or 2-watch?
It's going to be 3 watch again, just so that everybody can get their sleep and not have to worry too much about it.
Well, then we probably don't want 3 on the first watch.
The best way to do it, does anybody have enough to only rest for 4 hours as
I thought it
opposed
was
to
for
8?
6.
6.
I
What's
don't.
the shortest everybody has to do?
I'm sleepy boy. I need
The least is 6, I think.
No, yeah, you
can meditate.
Yeah.
You know, he's a half elf. They don't meditate, but they do have to sleep before.
I believe catnap only works for short rests,
I believe
so
so.
I still have to do the full long rest.
So I'll do third. Just like hold up a finger for which rest you want to do, I guess. That's one on
second watch.
That's
She had also held up 2.
I'm holding up 2, but I think it's 1.
Oh, okay.
okay. So that's 4 on 2, 1 on
Slate
3, and
doesn't
on
know
1.
what anyone's doing. And he's
Oh,
just like,
First watch. Okay.
I'm gonna go over to a slate.
Jeffy's on first watch too.
Okay. That's 2. They're on
what
2.
did I do?
I have no clue.
And that's just me on 3 still.
I'll go 3 then.
I was gonna say, we can only just do 3, 2, 1.
The reason I asked about that is that, you could split it for the shortest amount of time by making whoever doesn't have to sleep for as long go first, so they can go at the end and you don't have to wait as long. But if you only got one person, it doesn't really work well.
Yeah, only one person, and it's not enough for that hour.
I'll stay up with Jim. Still gotta finish this bottle anyway.
Poor Jim nomad.
Jim, the talkative warforged
1,
and the
2, 3.
silent treatment.
She a thing.
Don't matter. It's fine.
Right. So you guys get some rest, I guess, and rotate first. Whoever is in the first watch, roll me a perception check.
So where were you made, Jim?
I don't know. I don't pass it.
I do not pass either.
Okay.
I believe that was a 6.
Nothing happens.
So where were you made, Jim?
In that bean factory.
Incorrect. The answer was evolution. You're already failing.
This is true.
You gotta work on your cover skills. So,
Oh God, you're right.
what's your name?
Jim.
Beans.
Where are you from?
Doesn't matter. Roll intimidation.
Go for it.
Evolution. How do you? I don't.
Alright, next shift.
And it's just like literally the entire shit is me just asking those two questions. What's your name? Where are you from? What's your name? Where are you from?
It's like psychological torture. So we wake up tomorrow, it's like,
12.
no, are you okay?
19. You and Raiden have the same one, so you
Evolution.
guys don't see anything though. The whole night seems to be very, very quiet. Whole remainder. Last shift, guys. Do you guys have anything to ask her while you guys are up with her?
Just stark silence.
So,
It's late.
Cam, how old are you?
Where's Cole?
16.
He left with Finch.
Oh, that's
Would be nice.
Didn't see shit.
my was. Do I need to roll this advantage since it's dark? I'm human.
Unfortunately.
That's why I bought a hooded lantern.
Less good. 11.
Y'all don't see anything.
It means we get raided.
So, so you're a bit young to be out on your own. How did that come about?
Well, like I said, back when we were in Easton, I was sort of captured. I was sent off of the island because I was a trouble kid. And
Divine trouble, kid.
things happened around me that I couldn't really control.
Well, that sounds tad ominous, but in what way?
Just odd occurrences, things appearing out of thin air.
Magic.
Yes.
So you're magical.
Yes.
That's interesting. What all can you do?
I can move earth and just mold earth like shit.
Fascinating. Incredible. I knew a few mages in my day. When did this come about? Have you always been able to do this?
Yeah, just I could do it. Kind of weird.
Sorcery, perhaps. Interesting. Yes.
It's wild.
Wild indeed.
Fucking crazy, bro.
Then in that case, it seems that we are incredibly fortunate to have you in our party.
I'm fortunate to find you guys. I hope to get my friends back out of this.
Perhaps there is something to this whole destiny, fate, prophecy thing.
We'll see.
How you doing, Slade?
Huh?
Yeah.
I found the grass.
Good job, buddy.
You know, funnily enough, I've had my nose in this book so long that I didn't actually notice that we were on grass, so good for you.
Thanks. It's late.
Oh. We're done with that. that.
It's Finch!
There's a Bob!
No, it's Finch.
What's the time, by the way?
55.
55. Well, I started it late,
Okay.
so it's about hour 30 right now.
Hour what?
30.
Hour 30?
So I was literally grabbing the marker to right now, 30. We're cutting this part.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just gonna.
So, you guys wake the next morning. Everybody wakes up. You guys are still at watch. Nothing has happened. Everything's clear.
Everybody alive!
Oh my god, Britain's risen more powerful than ever.
Britain wakes up at like a level 20.
I mean, that would be very convenient.
A level 20 bard, but he doesn't know, and he doesn't have a casting focus, so he never figures it out.
Yeah, he just doesn't know that he's a level 20 bard.
Right?
Everybody alive? We get attacked in the night?
Yes, but we all got better.
Got bad.
Exactly.
Good job.
I have all my stuff.
Everyone ready to... Let's have some breakfast, shall we?
Great.
Yeah, breakfast? Yeah, done. Everybody sort of pulls out their meal kits. It's about everybody's got is just rations at the moment, I assume.
Just sort of like a thing we skip past.
It's chugging mayonnaise now.
Eating rocks.
Disgusting. Disgusting, but
As you're doing that, I'm using prestidigitation to heat it, so it's like
Warm.
Good.
It slides down like snot.
Exactly. No, I don't do that.
Oh, why?
But you guys all horse up, I guess, and giddy up.
Horse around, dude.
He, Grae is about another half day's journey away. We can kind of fast travel through there just for the sake of brevity. Nothing else really happens. It gets to be about early evening, and you all see a city on the horizon.
Land ho!
Beautiful stone architecture walls. Seems to be some engravings that you can't really see from this distance, and some blue banners which are flying. Even from this distance here, you can tell that it is a big archway with a closed gate that seems to be sort of admission only, or at least has some sort of post that's up. Very, very pretty city. The sky is beautiful, blue, clear, and it seems to be where you're all heading to.
So, Rind, what is our plan for getting into this city?
We walk in.
We'll like that plums. Pretty good plums.
See, here in Dateira, we have these things called gates, and they let you pass through walls.
Oh my. We're not on the same horse and right away.
I don't know. You guys are from fucking Kung Pao. I don't know what they have.
As you guys get
Do they have
closer,
gates there? Do they have gates there?
No. Not at all.
See,
Oh, you can't talk. I'm way ahead now.
ready to go.
you
Are me and Kim still sharing a horse?
probably.
We're way ahead.
Okay.
You guys get close to the gate, and there's two guards that are standing there, but the gate is open. They just seem to be kind of like eyeing people up as they go through. And you can go in without any incidents. Immediately upon entering, the streets change from dirt to cobblestone. There is people out and about. Many of them are very well dressed. You don't see anybody who seems to be poor here, so to speak. The wealth seems to be fairly equally distributed. I know, right? Commies. There's beautiful storefronts. You see two bars almost immediately upon entering. There's a blacksmith, and you can just hear him hammering away. There's two children that are like running around, and you have to actually kind of pull the horse back to avoid running them over as they excitedly run to watch the blacksmith, and then run back over to find their parents. I flatten them. Every once in a while, you'll see what looks like a guardsman who like is patrolling, or maybe just keeping an eye out for criminals. But you guys don't seem to draw any attention from anybody. It's a very, very lovely city.
Let the purge commence.
The rest of the group catches up to you guys shortly.
Alright, so where are we headed?
I mean, you're welcome to look around for a bit if you'd like, but the castle is where we're heading to.
Oh, alright, yes.
So we have time.
If you'd like.
When will we get this armor you spoke of?
Where's the tallest tower?
Huh?
Where's the tallest tower?
Oh god, in the center of town.
I head there.
We don't have time for that if you're climbing a tower. We're going to go on without you.
The tower will wait.
Okay.
Just so that it doesn't turn back into a shopping episode, could I just, I guess, off camera, like, go look and try to purchase a healer skin?
Yeah, you can find healer skin.
Okay. Cost-wise?
Standard.
Okay.
Yes.
When will we receive our armor?
We're going to the castle.
And why?
Let me just get it out of my back. We should go to the castle. Figure out where the armor is. She just kind of takes her horse to the front. Slate is riding backwards on the horse just like this.
So why are we headed to the castle?
So that's how you do it.
Is he eating corn too?
No.
Oh yeah, Cole's not here anymore. You're riding the horse by yourself.
Yeah. Britain's probably sharing it with you.
Thank
God. Just to keep somebody else on there.
Me alone.
I can sail a ship. I can't ride a horse. That thing has its own mind.
Sail a ship, ride a cowboy?
Rin takes the front and leads you guys towards the castle. Basically walks you straight up to it. Now there is a couple of guards that stop her.
Now, pretty much everybody in Grae Sword is just human, right?
Yes, everybody that you can tell is human. But that being said, nobody gives him any strange looks. And actually, very few people give you an odd look. One or two, but not many. It's kind of more accepted that people just come and go here. This is very much you come in, you visit, you leave. Tourists come here. It's not unusual for people from all over the entire country to come to visit. So she hands one of the stable boys her horse, walks up to one of the guards and begins whispering. Then walks back to you all. We have an audience with the king. So please brush the dust off yourselves and get. Can somebody help him? Somebody do the
You better fucking
dirt away.
Nope.
What
You know how long?
Prestidigitation.
You know how long it took to get like this? Years.
I think you are. Do you know that spell? I don't know that. I don't. I think he's like. Do you? Do you? Atreus. I don't think any of us have that spell.
Disappointing.
I don't know that
Well,
spell, but I know Knuckles.
If anybody has tears in their clothes and stuff, just start mending.
Oh, I got,
You can
I
do
got
that.
a
You
lot.
can do that easily. Yeah. Perfect. That will work. All right. Please come with me. Two of the guards escort you all into this great hall, and you are led into the massive door to the Castle of Grae. And we will actually pause right there, and we'll take our break or
Sounds good
cut
to
this
me.
episode for everybody.